All right, moving right along with NFL 2025 team previews. We got the Atlanta Falcons. Interesting team with a lot of unknowns. Check out this stretch of games starting in October, like around week 8. Dolphins, Patriots, Colts, Panthers, Saints, Jets, Seattle. It's the easiest 7 game stretch of a schedule for any team this year. I have the Falcons favored in 6 of those 7 games, so any idea of betting their under win total is out the window for me just based on that stretch of games alone. They have a week 5 bye, which is the earliest possible bye week. I kind of prefer teams to have later bye weeks. But overall this year, I have the Falcons playing the 4th overall easiest strength of schedule. They play 6 teams who I have rated in the bottom 8 in the league. They'll play a ton of coin flip games too. 11 games with a point spread between the threes. One thing I always look at with indoor dome teams is their road game environment. You don't want to back a dome team who's playing a lot of outdoor bad weather games, but the Falcons have it really good here. Week 13 versus the Jets is the only outdoor game that has potential for cold weather. Falcons play 12 indoor games, which is the second most in the league. Before last season started, the Falcons were projected to play a top 3 easiest strength of schedule. It ended up being a much tougher schedule because they faced a lot of teams that exceeded expectations. Falcons' opponents last year combined won 20 more games than their expected win totals. That was the most of any team. Falcons returned 10 of their 11 starters on offense. Now, as far as skill position players, they aren't very deep here. After Bijan Robb and then Drake London, which, by the way, I love Drake London this year in fantasy. In the 3 games Penix started last year, he targeted London 40 times, and London averaged 117 yards per game. I think he could have a monster year, especially when you look at his week-to-week matchups. He's going to get 9 opponents who finished in the bottom 10 in pass EPA per play last year. I'm going to talk more about London in my awards future bets video I'm doing. Can we call Kyle Pitts a bust yet? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to give him another year here to see what he does with Penix. Looking at the Falcons last year, I can't help to think how many wins they could have had if not for unforced errors. Overall, they were -6 in turnover differential, which doesn't seem like a season-breaking number, but the timing and situation of these turnovers were just absolute killers. They committed 14 turnovers in the second half of one-score games. That's the most of any team. Kirk Cousins had the most INTs in the final 2 minutes of games and was pretty much the single biggest reason why they missed the playoffs. Despite the poorly timed turnovers, the offense was well above league average. They outgained 13 of their 17 opponents on yards per play and had the fewest 3-and-outs of any team. What's weird too is the Falcons were almost a top 10 defense on early downs, which is just first and second downs, but they ranked dead last on EPA per play allowed on late downs, third and fourth down. They allowed the highest touchdown percentage on third and fourth downs. I can't figure out why such a big difference in early down defense. I guess maybe it's like the lack of pass rush on those obvious passing downs on third and fourth down. I don't know. You don't usually see like that big of a disparity